Go. Microphone check, 1, 2, 3. Tuning into what's hot like a cup of tea. The Burp is live, it's time to feast with BLT icon bringing you the heat. Static on the dial and the crackle in the air. Feeling like a rebel in the days wear and tear. The BLT icons pouring out the noise. Tuning into the Burp with the glitch and poise. Let's go.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the greatest podcast on earth, possibly ever, dating back to the cavemans. They were not better than the Burp. Here we are back, and you know what? We are back for the great debate number 2. Possibly the greatest debate of all time, the greatest debate you've ever seen. Hopefully, maybe, possibly. I don't know. It's ours. It's the Burp. Okay, we're back. Welcome back, fellas. It is me. I am obviously the host with obviously the most. Okay. We also have our good friends Bildo, the probably veiniest and girthiest dildo.
See this? Yeah. That's what you need, is a little Jesus. And so do I, because I thought the same thing.
And then we also got our friend Luca, who's got probably there's a bird might be in your. I think I saw something moving.
There is. There's a couple Cheetos in there too. I'm saving them for later.
I'll take those at Labor Day. So anyway, guys, welcome back to the Burp. It is the great debate number 2. It is good to see you guys again. It is good to hear your lovely voices. Here we are. Ready? How we feeling?
If you're hearing voices, I'm going to start getting concerned, man. I don't know whose voices you're hearing, but
hopefully yours and hopefully Billy's and a little bit of mine. Okay. That's going to be the goal, is that we get to talk today. We get to debate each other about what we're feeling. So everybody out there today, we have a great show. It's going to be the great debate number 2. And we have some really good questions that we are going to bring up. Good things that maybe we needed to talk a little bit more about. What are our feelings on some of these questions? Top 5 running back, maybe, who should be on a certain logo. We'll see. But anyway, before we get started, because I know you guys are absolutely itching to get going here, and y'all are absolutely itching to hear our thoughts. Luke is going to bore us with some stats. That's a given. Okay. But first things first, we do have one very important question for each of you. And Bildo, what are you drinking tonight, sir?
Working on my summer bod still. I have my seltzer water. I do feel good tonight. I think God is good. God has blessed us. God has blessed Luca with some good internet speed this time. I feel God in this Chili's tonight. Luca, maybe you'll find a personality in that beard.
Wow.
Okay.
So the guy who's drinking seltzer water. Get out of here.
That's also true.
That is true.
A vagina move on my end, but yes.
All right. Well, Luca, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm also working on my summer bod. I'm drinking the vodka and the berry lemonade once again.
Okay. Was that the old Arnold Palmer you called it?
No, that was with the tea and the lemonade.
Gotcha. I was going to call out the old, PGA hat you had on. So I thought that was a good tie-in, but way to let us down once again.
Yeah,
it's
okay. I'm going to bring you right back up after I become the master debater today. And
all right.
That's all I can say about that.
Okay. I'm going with Sam Adams American Light. You know what? I used to be a fan of Sam Adams Light. Now they got this one. And you know what? This feels like just a let's get drunk kind of beer where we're just going to slam them back and go. So got some Sam Adams American Light today.
I've been looking for that one at the store, and I haven't been able to find it at all. I don't think we have it down here in AZ.
Not going to lie. It reminds me of like going camping and just getting fucking hammered by the campsite and then waking up feeling like shit the next morning. So it reminds me of that.
Like Keystone Light. Nice.
Yeah, probably. So okay. Hey, you know what? It is, like I said, so good to see you guys again. Let's get going on this great debate number 2. The first one was such a huge success. We had like 18 views. Let's fucking go. Okay.
Who won that last one? Did we have a winner, or did we just say
we all tied?
We all got a participation trophy, or
we
how
all
did that
have
work?
Participation trophies. We were afraid to call out a winner, but in fairness, everyone did have some really good points as to why their thought process was the right one. So
more or less, Billy, we just didn't want to hurt your feelings.
That's fair.
I mean, to be fair, I also didn't. I mean, Luca, we are the walking vagina here, are we not? Come on, it's.
I did participate once in a vagina monologue before I knew what it was.
Okay. All right. Enough
Don't
of
even
that.
want to know.
Don't want to know. Enough of that. Let's move on. Let's move on to question number 1. This one is actually going to be between Luca and I. Luca, are you ready? Because you're going to go first here. You ready for this?
I'm going first. All right. Yeah, I'm so ready for this. Let's go.
You need me to be timer bitch?
If you could be timer bitch, we are going to do 1 minute and 30 to tell you all why we think our thoughts are the right thoughts. And let's get going. Luca, question 1 between you and I. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now that Derrick Henry has signed a new extension, another 2 years, $30 million or whatever it was. Stats don't matter. He signed his new extension. Is he or will he be a top 5 running back by the end of his career?
Stats do matter. Yes, he is top 5.
Hold on.
Oh my goodness.
God damn, Luca, quit cheating.
A little premature.
Story of my life.
That's also gets stuck in your beard. Okay, are you ready?
All right. Now I'm ready.
All right, let's go. You ready?
Slurp.
Drooling a little bit. All right. Yeah, he's already top 5. He's been in there for like 9 years, 10 years. He's got over 11,000 yards rushing already. He's got over 100 touchdowns already. And he's just keeps going. Even if he goes the normal 12 of like our big guys, 12 years, right? He's going to have 3 more mediocre years of running at least 1,000 yards a year. That puts him almost at 15,000 yards. I mean, how do you touch that? And even if you want to compare them, like you bring up your top 5, obviously you got Barry Sanders, you got Walter Payton, you got Jim Brown. I put LT in my top 5, and then I put Derrick Henry at number 5. And it's just because of his ability to run and how he runs the ball. It is different than every single one of these other guys. Barry Sanders never got touched at all. Juke moves like no other. Derrick Henry runs through all 11 guys on that line through the secondary, and he just keeps going. Who would have thought? Titans dismissed him. They let him go. Hey, we don't need you anymore. You're not going to do anything. And then he shows up for 1,900 yards. The guy is resilient. He trains his body like no other. He will be top 5. He already is in my book, but he will be in everybody's heart top 5 at the end of his career.
You know what? That's a great argument. Are you done? You see, you got a little bit of time left, I think.
I put a period.
3 seconds.
I put 3 seconds.
Okay. All right. You know what? I can understand where you're coming from there about stats and stats mattering and things like that. So I can see where you're going with that. Let me know when you're ready, and I will give you why he is not a top 5 running back and will not be a top 5 running back.
Okay. Ready?
Ready.
Go.
Okay. Luca, you kind of answered your own thing there, all right? And I'm going to expand on that a little bit as to why he is not a top 5 running back and why he's not going to be a top 5 running back. Okay. And it was because of the players that you started to list off there. Now, I'm just going to go through it. I'm going to list like 7 or 8 of them here who I think are already or always going to be a better running back than Derrick Henry. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, number 1 running back that I probably ever watched was, you're going to think I'm going to say Barry Sanders, but I'm going to go Walter Payton. All right. Even though he's a Chicago Bear, but you got to give Sweetness his love. Walter Payton was probably the most elegant yet powerful running back we've ever seen. Okay. And he led the league in rushing for I don't know how many years, the majority of them, right? And he had the rushing record until Emmitt Smith beat him. There's number 2, Emmitt Smith, pure running back out of Florida, a running back's running back. Okay. Number 3 was Frank Gore. Just think about that for a second. Frank Gore has more yards than Derrick Henry. Okay. So that's another. He's not in my top 5 either, but he is number 3. Okay.
30 seconds left.
We got to talk about Barry Sanders. We got to talk about Jim Brown. And these two names, Gale Sayers. Okay, Gale Sayers had the opportunity to be the best running back that we've ever seen, but he retired early on us after like 9 seasons. Okay, he won the NFL MVP, I believe, as a rookie. But anyway, last name I'm going to put in there is Marshall Faulk, who revolutionized the running back role as a runner and as a pass catcher. Okay, so that's like 8 names right there that I would put ahead of. I didn't even put in LaDainian Tomlinson in that list. Right, he held a single season touchdown record. Those are the reasons why.
Wow. You know what? I had a rebuttal at the end of that just because I thought you were going to bring up something about championships, but you didn't. So you kind of got me there. But I will say this, like, Frank Gore has longevity. I'm talking about maybe doing 12 years at most. He's already
Frank Gore, he wasn't in my
all
top.
these guys.
Frank Gore wasn't in my top 5, but I threw his name out there just because he got more yards than Derrick Henry right now. So just because stats matter.
We're talking about end of career, buddy.
Stats matter.
Stats do matter.
Okay.
All right.
Nice job, boys.
All right.
What do you think, Billy? How did we do?
Good point. Was I supposed to keep scoring that?
If you want to. I mean, you can just tell us right now who you think, maybe did we sway you one way or another?
Yeah, or are you thinking we tied?
I actually, I'll say I started off agreeing with Lucas, saying, yeah, he's top 5, he's a beast. But when Tiwa starts throwing out the names of all these other players with stats, and you throw the stats at it, which I did in my head, I had it participation trophy 4-4 because you both got. I know. I'm trying to.
It's all right. That's all right.
You both had 4 really good points for me, so I'm sorry.
No, that's that's good. That's kind of what I expect because I think we both had really good different sides of the story there. So
I think had you brought up championships into the mix, it would have swayed more my way because a lot of those guys don't have chips, but you didn't. So I was shocked. Yeah, you got me there. So
I didn't want to go that route. So.
Yeah.
If I was debating it, I think personally I would have taken the stance of like no. So good job, guys, both of you.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, that was an awesome one. I am psyched to go to number 2. You guys ready? Luca and Bildo, this is you.
Ooh.
The beard versus the veiny girth. Are we ready?
Billy, who do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? How do you want to do this one?
I don't care. We can flip a coin.
All right. Well, I got timer.
Okay.
All right. Here's the question. Do you want to flip a coin real quick?
Do we have a coin?
I don't have a coin.
Okay, you got it.
Laces? No laces.
All right,
I'm just going to spin it. Ready?
Luca, call it.
All right.
Laces.
No laces.
All right. No laces.
I want the ball, and we're going to score.
All right.
I'll go
famous words of Matt Hasselbeck. Never going to go down.
No, that's going to stick around forever. Okay, here we go, Billy. Ready?
Yes,
Billy,
sir.
Luca, here's your question. Who should be on the NBA logo were they to replace Jerry West, or should it stay Jerry West? Billy, and 1, 2, 3, go.
Look, I am a firm believer in the phrase, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Why mess with something that's been the staple of the NBA for decades? Something everybody recognizes and associates that logo with. You see that logo and instantly know it's the NBA. And I also think if you replace a logo, you are ignoring that mass impact and contribution to the game Jerry West had. 10 years from now or even 6 months from now. The younger generation isn't going to know who the real OGs are, which are from the 50s, the 60s, etc. They just don't. So keeping the logo the same will give them the excuse to look up what the NBA logo means when they're curious one day and Google it, where it can broaden their horizons. Furthermore, you're erasing history if you replace Jerry West as the logo. You're erasing the roots and beginnings of the NBA, which is a huge disservice to the pioneers of the game. So let's put this in perspective. You change the logo to what? No question it has to be Michael Jordan. But what would it be? Jumpman logo? No. That's associated with Nike. What would you do? What would that logo be?
30 seconds left.
It's a huge slap in the face if you're going to change the logo and it not be Jordan. So if that's the argument, I think, I don't think it should be changed, but if it was, it's got to be Jordan. You're going to put LeBron as the logo? No. That'll just be a silhouette of him flopping. Kobe? Yeah, I mean, that could work, but who did Kobe emulate his game after? It's Jordan. It just doesn't work. At this point, just don't mess with it. All you're going to do is cause controversy with who is chosen to be the next logo. Keep it the same.
Time. All right. Very good points. I like how you kind of here, Luca, here you go. Who is it going to be? Because you obviously think it should be changed. All right, Luca, let me clear this. And 1, 2, 3. Who should it be and why?
It should be LeBron.
Oh,
and it should be him flopping.
No.
I'm kidding. It's obviously Jordan. Let's not go off of some white dude who is just attempting to dribble a ball there. That's all the silhouette is. It's not some iconic move that you already mentioned, like the Jumpman logo. Yeah, you can't use the Jumpman logo, but I'm sure you can go off of his fadeaway jumper, who everybody emulates. Let's go off of Anthony Edwards. Let's go off of Kobe. Let's go off of all these other guys who all do is turn around jumper. That could be the new logo. And this isn't me trying to be like, oh, we need equality and blah, 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 and inspire people. No, it's who revolutionized the game. Jerry West didn't revolutionize anything. He was just the guy there at that time that they picked. Michael Jordan has taken this game to another level. He has revolutionized it. He showed what winning is like. I mean, the only other person, what Bill Russell?
1 minute, 30 seconds.
Bill Russell, you could go with 11 championships. If you don't want to do Jordan and you want to go after greatness and somebody who actually had to go through a lot of discrimination and wants to be an actual emblem for the NBA and show that if you put your heart and soul into everything, go Bill Russell. I think Jerry West is done. It's been used up. We need to revolutionize the logo and the game. Pick somebody else.
Time.
I love how you just say like old white guy, like you're not some honky yourself. Like I feel like the Jordan logo, that ship has sailed. He retired in 2003? That's 22 years ago. If something was going to happen, it should have happened by now.
I mean, as I'm wearing my golf hat, my Wisconsin thing, I'm as boomer as it gets right now. I'm surprised I don't have like my lawn mowing socks on and all that stuff.
Are you wearing your New Balance shoes too?
Some grass stains on it.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of sexy.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Would. Hey,
I got my cutoff jean shorts.
You made some good points, although I still disagree with you. You do make some good points. Like it could be the Jordan fadeaway. But the Byron Russell push off with that infamous, ceiling shot for sure. But
so I'm gonna hop in here real quick because I do have a score here. All right. And I'm actually gonna, Luca, I'm gonna go. I took some notes here on what you were talking about, and you talked about having it beat Jordan. I just don't see that infamous. Right, the fadeaway is not going to look good on a patch. You're right; it can't be the jump man. So I don't. It's not going to look good on a patch, right? I don't think it's there.
I don't think Jerry Russell just dribbling a ball looks good on a logo.
That was my next topic, though. Is Jerry West was actually a very influential and great basketball player, one of the best in his time. So we can't just write him off as just some white guy dribbling. He was one of the best for the Lakers for a very long time.
That's good.
So. I'm not going to give you that one. I'm not going to give you the Jordan and the Bill Russell thing. The only thing I can think of, he won a lot of championships, but what's the logo going to be? Him holding up a sign that says 100? That's
wrong guy.
That's it to me.
That's Wilt.
That's Wilt. I'm sorry. See, but whatever. What does Bill Russell even do then? He just won.
Win.
Right, but there's nothing about him, right?
Right.
So
there's a lot about him.
So I ended up giving you 3 points, okay? Because I did appreciate. It could be Jordan, but it wouldn't work, right? It could be Russell Wilson, but it wouldn't work. Could it be somebody else? Not Russell Wilson, Bill Russell. Sorry. Anyway, so I ended up giving you 3 points. However, I did end up giving Billy 4 points.
That's
this one's going to go to Billy on this one.
Fucking bullshit.
So the Jordan logo would be like just him being wide, taking a jump shot, which would emulate a big dump, which you just took on this debate.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Right.
But like what would the Bill Russell be? Him just holding up his rings?
Yeah, it would have to be like that. I don't, other than him going up and grabbing a rebound.
And how would that look as a white logo with hands up with rings?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we need to have white people for white logos. My bad.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying it doesn't. Jesus Christ, man.
No, I'm just saying,
it doesn't stitch well, is what I'm saying. But
no, the way I'm looking at it is, if you're gonna pick somebody who's revolutionized the game and great at this. Was Jerry West in either one of your guys' top 5 when we had that debate of top 5 NBA players. No, we all had Jordan as number 1. Why would we not put the greatest person in basketball history as number 1?
Well, I even said that in my argument.
As
If
the
you're going to
logo.
change it, it has to be Jordan. I just
Right.
think at this
Yeah.
point, the ship sailed.
And I'm just looking at it strictly from the standpoint of what would it be?
The ship
Because you already
never
have an
sails.
iconic NBA logo.
The ship never sails. Look at Pete Rose. He got it. He's now eligible for the Hall of Fame now after he passed away. Maybe
So
that's
should he
what
be
they're waiting for with Jordan.
So should he be on the MLB logo? Change it to Pete Rose?
No, but I'm just saying, hey, once you are finally gone, we're finally going to appreciate you.
I don't know. Again,
Maybe
I
that's
just
what
don't
they're
see.
waiting for.
I don't see that iconic. Yes, he had iconic moments, but nothing that you could put on a logo for your brand that is worldwide and worth billions of dollars. I don't see that from
Okay.
Jordan or even a Kobe. Besides that fadeaway, and that's a lot to try to put into a logo. That's where I'm looking at it from. So right now you have something that is iconic and synonymous with billions of dollars in basketball.
Yeah, and I think it just looks cleaner. Yeah, it is boring. I'm driving to the hole with my white man lean. It's not a cool, flashy fadeaway. I get that, but I just feel like it's just a cleaner look. Not that I'm a designer by any means, but I also feel like I don't know how those iconic fadeaways would translate into stitching a logo and rebranding the entire league. But yeah, all good points.
Okay, well, I tell you what, everyone out there listening and watching, let us know your thoughts on this one because this one has obviously got us
It's
talking
heated.
a lot. So let us know.
Yeah.
Should there be someone else as the NBA logo? What would that iconic image look like? Should it stay who it is? Let us know your thoughts. Comment below. Reach out to us individually, whatever it takes. But I'm really curious to see what everybody out there thinks.
Kieran and Kyle over here about to duke it out over it. Jeez.
At least we can agree it's not LeBron. It's just gonna be him flopping. It's gonna be like this.
Right?
Like
It's
that.
all in
Can't
the
be.
field position and-
Yeah, he's gonna be like Peter Griffin holding his knee on the ground, like.
Or what'd be really fucking funny is that newest thing when LeBron's on his back and he's like holding his face and then you see him kind of peek out.
He peeks out.
That's the fucking logo. Give Luca my points if that's the logo. Just this.
Did he see it? I love that one.
Am I getting my attention?
I mean, we don't even need to debate about LeBron on whether he should retire. Just get him the fuck out of the league already. God damn. Nobody cares if he retires. But when he does, it's going to be the most annoying year of basketball ever.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well, I
God.
tell you what, let's save that topic and let's move on to the next one. Let's keep going here. This is question number 3. Bildo, this is between you and I here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let me know who you would like to go first because I gave you those points, so I'll let you pick.
You can go first. I talked too much already. Go ahead.
That's okay. Luca actually brought this up in kind of our debate last question. But this is, all right, great debate. Number 2, question 3. Bildo, T West. Here we go.
Let me know when you're ready to go.
Okay,
we'll start the timer.
Should those players who are banned and or are steroid users in the MLB, should they be allowed into the Hall of Fame? I'm ready when you are, Luca. Let me know.
Start talking, I'll start it.
Okay. So I absolutely believe they should be in the Hall of Fame. Okay. Now there's a couple of reasons here, and I'll just point out a couple things. But the one that just sticks out the most right now is Pete Rose. All right. Pete Rose, who has more hits than anybody in the history in the world of playing baseball, except for maybe Ichiro if you bring in his Japan records. But anyway, that being said, Pete Rose, he bet on baseball. He bet on his own team to win, if I remember right. So it's not like he was going out there and trying to lose, right? Like he was going out there trying to win. Okay, so he did bet on baseball, which, yes, was against the rules. But there was a player who led the Cincinnati Reds to World Series victories, had 4,500 hits or something like that. Not even 3,000, not even 4,000, but like 4,400, 4,500 hits. That person should be in Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. The other ones I'm going to throw out there, Shoeless Joe Jackson. He should have been in. He was just a generational player back in the early 1900s. Got in trouble with gambling again, but you know what? You never really could prove that he did throw those games in the World Series. There's movies on that, right? Like that's a person who should be in the Hall of Fame. And well, just the last couple here, I want to talk about Bonds, McGuire, Sosa. These players brought baseball back into the limelight with the juiced era, steroids era. But you know what? Baseball would not be where it was if it wasn't for the home run. And those guys broke home run records all the time.
Time is up. Oh, that's annoying.
So that's what I'm feeling. Billy, I am super curious to hear as why you say no.
Yes. Luca, let me know when you got your timer cleared out.
I got it cleared out.
All right, here we go. So I'm going to start this by saying, yes, of course I disagree with you because this is the other side of the debate. I will say that I do think Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson should be in the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose did not take PEDs. He bet on himself.
Yeah.
He bet on himself. This is no different than, well, I guess there's some difference too, but it's asinine. So I do think, though, band players that take PEDs still did some version of cheating. Now, I will say, going to go throw this out to the wrestling people, the fucking juiced era with McGuire and Sammy Sosa. I'm probably talking myself out of my argument here, but I'm just saying that was like the WWE Attitude Era, and now we have the PG bullshit, whatever you call it now. But I just think that the PED users did still some version of cheating where they shouldn't be rewarded for it. I mean, for example, I'm not saying Barry Bonds wasn't a good player, but would his home run total be what it was without PEDs? You don't know. Now, yeah, with or without the roids, Bonds was skilled. It takes hella eye coordination to make eye contact to make contact with the ball. PEDs aren't going to help with that. But a large percentage of his home runs, while he was using, would those home runs be home runs if he wasn't using? Would have they been singles or doubles? Not necessarily home runs. We don't know. So with that, stats could have been altered, and then it just becomes a mess. So I think put him in the Hall of Fame with an asterisk. So that to me feels like you're taking away what other Hall of Famers that did it naturally. I think it's one of those scenarios where it's like you made your bed, now you can lie in it. You chose for the glory of the home runs, the consequences. Although it was shitload of fun watching.
Time up. All right.
Good arguments. You made some good points there about people already in the Hall of Fame, and does it take away from them? So that's a good point.
But that was my argument. My argument is like the asterisks with it. Although, like I said, I think I almost talked myself to joining your side because it's like, but yeah, it's a controversial topic. It's a good one.
And here's my take. There is hand-eye coordination with hitting the ball, and we're talking about just steroids with hitters. There's a flip side to it too with pitching. Roger Clemens, he got caught with some stuff. There's pitchers that were doing things to recover a little bit faster, get more velocity. They were bulking up too, getting throwing for faster than what we had seen before, and it helped show that we could get that ball over 100 miles per hour consistently. They never called out Andy Pettitte for anything that he did, but we're pretty sure he did some stuff too back in the day. So steroid users, yeah, it was great, like WWE, to revolutionize the game a little bit, but it was roids versus roids on both sides. It's a lot better than the MLB controlling the game and taking away juiced balls or putting in juiced balls for certain games and rigging it. Mm-hmm. Why not have the players control it? So, you know what? I'm kind of gonna favor with the side of roids. I mean, there was a lot going on, and not all stats were just given based off of roids. A lot of it had to be earned. It was equal on both sides for a lot of that.
For sure. Makes a lot of sense.
And those guys like Jim Thome, who are just naturally built, were still crushing.
Yeah.
He never got caught. So I'm going to have to give the point to roids.
Roids won. You know, just wish they could do it naturally like Ken Griffey Jr. did. Most beautiful swing in baseball.
Oh, he got roided out too there, but he just got hurt, so he never got caught.
No, there's another topic though. Is should Ken Griffey Jr. with his swing and the backwards hat be the logo for the MLB?
See, now that my debate would be like change that to that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, in a heartbeat.
That would be rad.
And who is the current logo?
Just a drawing.
Yep.
I don't think it's anybody.
You know, fun fact: the same person that did that MLB drawing is the one that did the Jerry West logo, or is it vice versa? It was something like that.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good to know. All right, fellas. So this was round one. Round one, three great questions that we just debated. A ton of fun. I think we each had some really great points that we were able to bring up. I'm really excited for round two here. Round two has got some great questions as well. And let's just jump right into it. Luca, you and I are going to kick this off. You went first last time? Do you want me to go first this time, or do you want the ball and you're going to score?
Go first. You get to go first this round.
It's up to you. I wanted to give you.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So this is the one. This is our topic. You ready?
Sure.
Okay.
What we got?
So our question for round two of Great Debate 2 between Luca and T West. Trivia loser, trivia champion.
Oh, get the
head to head. Here we go. Okay. Our question is, will Tiger Woods win one more major championship in the PGA? Okay. Let me know when you're ready for me to start.
Ready?
I am ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Tiger Woods will not win one more major in the PGA Championship and or Live Golf. He's not going to that either. But anyway, he's not going to win one more major championship. And I'm going to tell you why. There's a couple guys right now. We were talking a little earlier. Tiger Woods is 49 years old, right? 50, getting right in that age range. He's going to be joining the senior PGA Tour soon enough, whatever. That's besides the point. But what's happening now is you have players who are absolutely phenomenal golfers who are still going strong. Look at Rory McIlroy this year. Right, he's already won 2 majors this year. Scotty Scheffler just won the PGA Championship this week. Right, that guy is probably in the next face of golf. Unfortunately, he's been in jail a few times, but when he's worked past that, right? You still got other guys like Xander Schauffele and some of these other really good golfers who are in fact going to dominate the PGA Tour circuit for the next 5-10 years, and by that time, Tiger will be out. Okay, now my other argument is the fact. Actually, I have 2 arguments. All right. Second argument, Tiger Woods' body is failing him. Right. He's gone through so many surgeries, back surgeries. His back.
20 seconds.
He's not doing. He can't physically do what he used to do as well as he used to do it. These guys are driving the ball 400 yards now. Final thing, Tiger Woods seems to have taken his name out of the hookers rotation, so he's no longer getting that kind of juice going for him. That is what helped him make all those major championships, is when he was getting some on the side, and that's unfortunate because he could have been so much better. But okay, I'm out.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Hold on, let me add my points up real quick for that. So you
Did you say Scotty Scheffler has been in and out of jail?
He was in jail last year.
It was because he was trying to go into an event and the guy didn't know who he was.
I know, but was I wrong? He was in. It made it sound cooler.
He was in there for a couple minutes, and I'm pretty sure that idiot got fired.
Hence, in and out of jail.
Oh boy!
Clickbait, motherfucker.
Well, okay. Well, you're in and out of squad cars then. Quite a bit. It sounds like.
Only with you.
Yeah, well, take me down with me.
I'm going to do this one a little different with my points. So you have up and comers that are going to dominate Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods' body's failing him.
Yep.
The guys are basically bigger and stronger, can drive it further.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting old. Did I say that one already?
No, it's just that his body's failing him. Those two could go hand in hand.
Okay. And then he's not messing around with hookers. So I had 5
that's
points. Good ones that stuck with me. So Luca, that's where the bar is.
All right. You set that bar pretty low. I like it. It's obtainable.
Obtainable.
All right. Oh, that's right.
That's 4 syllables. Nice job, sir.
Okay,
Really?
Luca.
Oh, that's a new career high.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
All right, diving into it. Tiger Woods, the last time he came back and won a major was 2019, and everybody was like, wow, I can't believe he came back and did that. How amazing. And it was after he had hurt his back and he had gone through that car accident and everything like that. So he's proven after a huge accident like rupturing an Achilles, he's going to train. He's going to come back stronger. He's going to come back more focused. He has the trainers. He has the caddy to bring him back. I think he has one more good run, but also he's allowed into every single major because he's won every single major for life. He gets as many chances as he wants. And if anybody's going to do it at the age of 49 or older, it's going to be Tiger Woods. He's a record breaker. He's already got 15 majors. You know he's going to go out there and he's going to try for at least one more. He's going to be like LeBron wanting to play in a major with his kid. And he's going to be so dedicated to also beat his kid to show that he's better than his kid. You're talking about guys being able to drive just as far. There's one guy who can drive with Tiger Woods right now, and it's Rory McIlroy. There's nobody else that can obtain the distance. Well, no, you got Bryson DeChambeau who can also drive, but he's not consistent.
10 seconds.
Tiger Woods is top for accuracy, putts, you name it. He's going to be the only guy who can come back and win a major at this type of age.
From a hospital bed.
Hookers or no hookers?
That's extra. That costs extra. Hospital bed and hooker? Yeah, it's extra.
Oh, shit. You guys are going to hate me. Training and the ability to bounce back. Won every major title. 15 majors and determined to get another. Wants to play with his kids. He wants that longevity, and his accuracy and putting ability are the 5 things.
All right.
Sorry, guys. I'm not a good judge. I guess I just love handing out participation trophies. And everybody's a winner in Bildo's book.
That is right. That is all right. Okay. Hey, Luca, you got a chance to redeem yourself here. Are you ready for this one?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Billy, you went first last time. I'm going to have Luca go first this time. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, Luca, Bildo, question number 2. This one, man, I wish we had more time for this one. Should there or should there not be a salary cap in Major League Baseball?
Oh, I need like 10 minutes for this. All right.
All right. Sneak it in, starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
No salary cap in baseball. Why? There are so many contracts out there that were up for grabs that all these MLB teams could have signed. Ohtani could have signed. Juan Soto could have signed multiple big names out there, and they're refusing to. The only team that has a real excuse right now is Milwaukee Brewers because ownership is also paying for all the updates on the stadium. So many of these owners are trying to control the game and not pay for players who didn't earn their money. You're just looking at taking profits in. You look at the record books last year, the average profit for each team, even the crappiest team, was still 38% margin. Most like fast food chains don't even make that much. You're looking at a major league team worth billions of dollars, and you're telling me that only the Dodgers have money? No, they're deferring payments. Get smart with the other teams and do the same fucking thing. You have a chance to go out there and sign a big name, go do it. Stop being a big pussy of a manager or general manager and go make those delayed payments. I mean, we've talked about Bobby Bonilla for how many years? That dude's still getting paid to this day. Do the same thing and go get yourself a chip. Do it the smart way. You don't need a salary cap for that bullshit.
And time. All right, so I'm gonna follow Billy's lead here. I'll give you my points right now that I'm thinking of. So that one I actually came in with 3, maybe 4. All right, the first one being that everybody has an opportunity to sign a big name player. Okay. Number 2, profits in the MLB and for owners and for teams are 38% higher, and so there's plenty of room there to purchase these players, right? Number 3, deferred payments are a current thing that you can do. You can keep paying a player for years, right after they're done playing for you. Ken Griffey Jr. just got his last paycheck from the Reds. Bobby Bonilla is still getting paid by the Mets. So I'm going to give you those 3.
That was 3.
So I was thinking 4 because I was going to be like, owners should go pay to get that championship, but that's just a should have thing. So I'm going to give you 3 on that one. So Billy, in 3, 2, 1, you got to beat 3. Okay, go.
I'm a little nervous for this one. Yes, it is time for a cap. We need to level the playing field. Baseball's boring as fuck because you see the same teams constantly competing. Yankees, Dodgers, which will probably be a repeat. It's a hard. I mean, yeah, the Astros, they have some championship runs, but again, cheating scandal tainted it. Brewers fans, forget about it. They choke in the playoffs. They don't have the stars that carry them deep into the playoffs. And the stars they do have, most of them end up leaving when they can secure a bigger bag somewhere else. I mean, Ryan Braun played his whole career with the Brewers, but the exception is that he wasn't wanted when his PED scandal hit. But if memory serves me right, before all that, he was exploring other teams, and the rumor was that he wanted to be in LA to play for his hometown team. They want to leave small market teams. They want to go chase the money. They want They want the stars. They want the lights. They want all of that glory that comes with it. The players are chasing money over anything else. And if there was a cap, the small market teams like the Brewers could at least compete in the offseason when trying to re-sign players.
30 seconds left.
That's all I have to say. Fuck you, Luca. Quit shaking your head at me.
How are you talking about chasing the money and then having a salary cap at the same time?
That's why I'm against it, you dildo, because they're going whatever.
You're against the salary cap?
You were for it.
You're for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I said, as it is now, they're joining teams that can pay them and shit.
So you're telling me Ohtani's not worth the money? Or Juan Soto?
I mean, yeah, they're worth it, but I just feel like other smaller market teams can't compete because big money always wins.
But they can. Deferred payments.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, so here we go. This one could probably deserve more time and more open debate, and we could probably do some research into this topic of should there be a salary cap in Major League Baseball. Luke, I had given you 3 points. I'm just going to go down the notes I have here. You for Billy. 1 point. Level the playing field, right? Everyone's got a cap. We have to try to make those small market teams a little bit more, right, like comparable to the big teams. Make them a little bit more competitive. So there's that one. Players right now are going to, they want, right, as much money as they can get. Obviously, that's what anybody should do. However, it costs the little teams, the small market teams, who are bringing up these players and creating stars. Brewers are a prime example of that, right? And then kind of like the players almost made it sound like almost being overpaid per se.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a thing? So I'm going to give you actually three points there as well. So you guys both tied. I couldn't go one way or another. I got 3 for you. So.
Look at Luca crying because he didn't win.
I guess, angry, guys. I still won.
I think my biggest argument, because I didn't have many talking points for this, but I think the biggest is I'm just so sick of just seeing everybody just team up.
Yeah.
And then that's why we lost whatever his name is, our old shortstop. It's just like I just going to the Giants. Yeah, I just feel like we get attached to a player. We love them. The community loves them, and then they just leave for that. And I think that's my only biggest argument is just that. It's just like they always just chase the money. There's no loyalty anymore. It's not that. And I do agree with Luca. Juan Soto and Ohtani, they deserve what they're getting because they're just a generational talent. But it's just like
you miss Willy Adames. You realize he's batting .219 right now with 5 home runs, and he has a -0.1 WAR. It's everything that we needed to get rid of. Caleb Durbin is who we got in a trade. The strategicness behind baseball, you can trade away one of your top guys and get prospects and build them back up. There's certain ways to baseball to make it such a strategy game, a thinking man's game, that letting guys go like Willie like that, let him go get paid all that money to hit .219. Cool.
Yeah.
Go do it for another team. Go make all that money. It's like, how pissed off are you at Christian Yelich making all that money and he hasn't been the same since he got hurt? Right.
And that's also why I think he's still on the team, because I just think the other players have passed and he has gotten a little older, and I think that's what it is. And like I even said about Ryan Braun, if memory serves me right, I'm almost certain that he was testing free agency. There's rumors about him going to the Dodgers, California boy going home, but then he's on the juice, and then all of a sudden teams are like, fuck that, we don't want him. Yep. So it's kind of like, oh, now we're good enough because we're the only team that wants you and will keep you. I think that's my biggest gripe, is that you were going to go chase that shit, but then when you were exposed or whatever, I don't know. But now Luka makes good points too. So
I mean, what you guys were talking about, I'll just bring this up real quick. Is just off the top of my head, a few Brewers who, again, we're homers, but we'll talk about it. Brewers that we've had to either trade away or let go. Right? We had to trade away Prince Fielder. We weren't going to be able to afford him. Corbin Burns, we weren't going to be able to afford him. Josh Hader, we weren't going to be able to afford him. And this is just recent, right? Like Devin Williams, he was floundering anyway, but we weren't going to be able to afford him either, right? Those are just like four that pop off my thing here. So we got Willie Adames from the Tampa Bay Rays, made him a star. Well, he became a star with us, right? We didn't make him a star, but yeah, he's, we weren't going to be able to afford him, even if we wanted him or not, as you were saying, Luca. These are just some names of people that we weren't. Then look at the people that have turned into all-stars after us, right? Like Orlando Arcia, and Gene Segura, some of these other guys that have really done really well. It just seems like they leave for money and because the Brewers won't be able to pay. Now, are we back feeling fairly well to stay competitive? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
So, but
and we're putting contracts where contracts are deserved. I mean, we stole Willie Peralta for 5 years at $15 million. Yeah. I mean, we make some great, smart moves, but if there is some money to be put out there, like we do it. And if you look at how the Brewers are lined up, we have a chance to have Jesus Mate, Jackson Trio, and Yelich all out on the field at the same time. Unfortunately, by then Contreras will be gone and Jefferson Cuero will be up. But like we are set for success. If we wanted to, if we really wanted that elite number one pitcher, we could go out there and sign him under deferred payments.
Let me ask you a question real quick, and then we'll move on to the last question. I just need to bring this up. You just mentioned Contreras is going to be gone. Now, if there was a salary cap in place where Contreras just couldn't go to LA or to New York, wherever, San Francisco, right? Any of these big high market teams, if he couldn't just go there because they have all the money in the world, would he be more inclined to stay with the Brewers who could match a max contract?
Nope. He's going to go back and play somewhere in the Dominican for a sponsored team who's going to pay him as much as he wants.
He's not going to leave the MLB to go back to the Dominican.
You're destroying the league if you have a salary cap.
You're still getting millions upon millions of dollars. What if they make it look like the NBA where you have max contracts?
Okay, let's go like this. Formula One, they have a salary cap there, but only the top teams can afford that salary cap. So if they did that in the MLB, all the top teams are still going to have all the top guys. And those littler teams, it's like, well, you have a chance. We put in a salary cap that's very generous. Put up or shut up. That's what it's going to end up being. Because you have how many people on a roster?
And just like I was saying, this
in an organization.
This topic could use so much more time. So let's maybe table this. Really I think it's a great discussion that we can have. So let's table it and let's move on to our very last question here of great debate number 2. Are we ready to move on?
See,
all right. This is
yes.
T West versus the Bildo.
Ooh. Let me get
this one is a little bit of a homegrown question here. Again, we're homers, but I think it has a little bit of merit for us. So a little bit of backstory here is the Packers lately seem to love having a coach with the first name that starts with the letter M. Specifically, we have 2 Mikes. So, Billy, you and I are going to debate who is the better Mike, Mike McCarthy or Mike Holmgren.
Wait. What about Mike Sherman?
Don't ever say those words again.
All right.
We are not bringing him in. But yes, there's another letter M and another Mike, but we're not including him right now. So, okay, Billy, you want to go first? Second? I'm good with either. So you let me know what you want.
I'll go first.
Okay, so Billy, Bildo, who is the better Mike? Luca, do you got timer and points?
Timer starts when you talk.
Okay. And
well, this one is hard because they both accomplished so much in their time in Green Bay, and both had the privilege of working with Hall of Fame quarterbacks. So it's tough. They both took the Packers to the Promised Land, got a Super Bowl victory. Both have streets named after them. It's difficult, but my nod is going to Holmgren, which makes me feel bad for McCarthy. But the 2 things that stood out to me that made me pick Holmgren is that he never lost more than 7 regular season games during his entire span with the Packers. McCarthy has. Second, post-Packers, which is probably irrelevant, but what they accomplished when they moved on from coaching the Packers. Holmgren coached Seattle, was the GM, took them to the Super Bowl. He had success, with that. McCarthy, I don't think he's really bounced entirely back, in my opinion. So it just makes me question during his time with the Packers if he relied too much on the talent that we had. And that it.
40 seconds. Damn. You only needed. Wow.
Chump on that. I need to what?
Straight to the point.
I'm not going to tell you points because I think you just ripped yourself off there. You needed more talking points just to get the points.
Nah.
So now I got to grade this differently. I got to grade this a little bit differently. Okay.
I had to shave off time because you talk too much.
Oh, jeez. Here we fucking go again.
All right. So I'm ready when you are, Luca.
When you start talking, I start the timer.
All right. So obviously, Billy, you picked Mike Holmgren. A very good pick, right? Brought us a Super Bowl for the first time in 30 years. However, I am actually going to go, and this hurts me because I wasn't a big fan of him, but I'm actually going to go with Mike McCarthy as the better Mike. The longevity was better for Mike McCarthy. He was with us for a longer period of time. He had the majority of Aaron Rodgers' career. Now, Mike McCarthy took us to 3 NFC Championship games, right? Holmgren took us to like 4. So, whatever. What I will say is that Mike McCarthy got us the Super Bowl as a wild card team, and we went and beat his hometown team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? So our first Super Bowl in 15 years. Did really well there. But the year after, we went 15-1, the best season in Packers history. That's got to account for something. So I give him that one as well. Did we lose in the first round of the playoffs? Yes, just like LeBron. That sucked, right? But that happens. So we lost to the Giants. Brett Favre also lost to the Giants in 2007. But anyway, that doesn't matter. So, but what I will say is 3 NFC Championship games, a Super Bowl win, 15-1. Now, he also did go on, and this is where I'm going to give him the point because he went on to coach the Dallas Cowboys. And what was awesome is back in 2023,
10 seconds.
He brought the Dallas Cowboys to Lambeau Field. Or I'm sorry, he went to AT&T Stadium, and he helped the Cowboys lose to us Packers in a terrible fashion, which helped him get fired.
Mm.
All right. Yeah, I don't need points for this one. That was not good. I'm just gonna go with Holmgren. You knocked it out of the park with talking about first Super Bowl in 30 years. I did not remember that stat about home game losses.
Home game?
Yeah, Holmgren home game losses.
I knew I'd get you with throwing a stat in there.
Yeah. You know what? That was absolutely amazing. And you just pretty much dropped the mic after that. I'm like, wow. Yeah, you know what? How he revolutionized and how he moved on after that. Absolutely amazing. McCarthy, he was a great coach. He did some great things. He had a great coaching staff. He brought a great coaching staff around him that all abandoned him over and over and over and over again. Holmgren only had the one really amazing coaching staff, and they all branched out and did absolutely amazing things. But I got to go with Holmgren. Look at the people who he built up around him. They're still doing amazing things. Look at Andy Reid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger. Good old cheeseburger Reid.
Yeah.
The thing T-West go ahead.
As much as I love McCarthy and what he did for us, Homer's kind of the OG.
Yep, I can't disagree.
I think they both hold a special place in Packers fans' hearts. The thing that's good point T. West said too is a 15-1 record, and also correct me if I'm wrong. Like if you go back to previous season, wasn't it like 20-something games they won in a row, or am I thinking of a different season?
Yeah.
If you combine the end of that one season to the 15-1 year, I mean, that was
amazing.
That's a really baller ass run when you think about what they did.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as winning games in a row, I mean, it won't count for nothing. It's no record, but that's a tough one. That's tougher than you think. And my first argument was going to be, Holmgren has a street named after him. It's like, of course it's going to be him. I was like, oh shit, wait a minute. So does McCarthy. So I was like, shit, there goes my one argument, which is also why my argument was so short. I was like, that's hard. That's apples to apples right there.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, guys, I love these great debates, right? We get to hear just a whole other side of it and a thought process. And I really do appreciate you guys trying to sway me one way or another. I love it. It's different ways I didn't think of things. So absolutely loved our questions again. I think we had a very good variety, right? We talked about baseball, we talked about golf, we talked about football, we talked about logos and this and that, and awesome episode. Appreciate you guys. I do want to leave just a little bit of time here because I think I want to know, like Luca, what is it that me, Billy, and the rest of the world, what is something that we should know about?
Well, you know what? It was a busy couple of weeks here. I did not throw out an F1 cast at all. I will be returning hopefully this week with another F1 cast. There's a lot going on in Formula One, and it's really hard to like pinpoint all the different stuff that's going on and make it one thought that makes sense because of how much is going on. So I'm going to try my best to come back and put together an episode that gives a lot of good information and also something I can put together that lets people in of what's going on in the world of Formula One. I know that there's quite a few people who asked me, hey, there was nothing for this last episode and I had nobody to bet on. So I guess I owe a couple people money because they lost and I didn't give them good people to bet on. But yeah, I'm going to come back hopefully this week and have another one. There's a lot going on, like I said. So, yeah, hoping to bounce back and get some more Formula One info out there for everybody.
Perfect. Thank you, Luca. Billy, what do you got for us?
I don't really have much. Looking forward to Memorial Day weekend. Going to be going spend some time with some family on the wife's side. Party up a little bit, hang out, just enjoy the long weekend. Unplug a little bit because it's been busy over here too. So just looking forward to that.
All right, perfect. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, sir. And on my end, I do just want to send out thoughts and prayers to those in London, Kentucky. So in case anyone doesn't know, my daughter shoots archery. I coach her team, and what we shoot in an organization called S3DA, so Scholastic 3D Archery. Our national championships were to be held in London, Kentucky this year. We just got word that over the last few days they had a tornado rip through London, Kentucky, and at least 28 people have confirmed passed on. However, so there's that, and then everything that was set up for courses and things like that for the archery championships, that has all been destroyed. So just again, thoughts and prayers out to those in London, Kentucky. Also here in Wisconsin, we just had another 4 or 5 confirmed tornadoes, just a county over from me even. So, thoughts and prayers to those who are dealing with that right now. So if you get a chance, watch us debate. Maybe it'll bring a little bit of laughter, maybe a little bit of, God, these guys are stupid. Who knows, right? But thoughts and prayers are to you guys. Please be safe. You guys got anything else?
No, well said, buddy.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, all these people with tornadoes going and ripping apart their homes, and they're still like, well, at least we're not these guys. So right? If we can at least bring that happiness to you guys, hey, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I tell you what, let's end on a good note with that Midwest goodbye. Tell your folks we say hi. Peace.
Speaking of which, you got my lawnmower fixed?
Yeah, tuning into the Burp. Let's get it. Let's get it, get it. You did it, 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 get it, you've been into the Burp. Let's get it.